You ever get those ridiculous social media scams where people pretend to be somebody you're friends with and tell you can make a lot of money? I know I do. It's why I'm very excited to partner with today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an easy-to-use app that essentially packages a bunch of services to stay safe online all in one. Aura protects you from scammers and hackers. They scan the web for all sorts of data leaks and alert you as soon as they find anything. Aura is like the offensive line for a quarterback, consistently offering you protection from suspicious and malicious activity. They have a VPN built in that keeps your browsing history and personal information safe and encrypted. They'll even alert you if someone's trying to open up a credit card or a loan in your name. Did I mention they protect all your devices from viruses, malware, spyware, and any other things so the bad guys can't break in? Aura can even manage what your kids do on their devices. You can set limits and restrict them from specific apps. They have a password manager as well, so you don't have to rely on an outdated Rolodex or that sticky note that's been on your desk forever. There are apps that do all of these things, but there isn't one that tackles everything the way Aura does, which is why I say Aura is a 5-man offensive line and you're the quarterback. So head on over to aura.com/JKB. You can find it in the description and start your free trial today. I wasn't even expecting to even be talking about Bobby Wagner at any point this offseason, except for to say that the guy is 33 years old and still is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. This is puzzling to me. Yeah, it's happening. The Rams, Bobby Wagner, they're mutually parting ways. Bobby Wagner wants to win. The Rams want to clear some cap space. They're not going to clear a bunch of cap space, I can tell you that much. This move, I do not like it. If I'm just being completely honest with you, the 2023 roster bonus was already guaranteed last year, and basically what they're doing is by doing this now, they're saving them from the 2024 roster bonus, which would have basically been locked in March 19th. The salary this year would have been locked in at March 19th. Now, what I don't know are the different factors you have to take in this, because it sounds like they're releasing him and moving on from him, but are they releasing him before March 19th? Or can they do a designated thing where you can cut him and, post June 1st designation, but, you don't have to pay him or whatever? I don't know how that works. I believe that you have to have him off the roster or all that stuff kicks in. So the numbers as it stands right now, if you're cutting him pre-June 1st, like we're thinking, it would be $7.5 million in dead money, and it would be $5 million in cap savings. So clearly not saving a lot of cap there. There'd be $3 million in dead money the next year, $2 million the next year, $1 million the next year. Not a ton of dead money moving forward, but 7.5 is kind of hefty there. You're saving 5 this year, 9 in 2024, 9.5 in 2025, and 11 in 2026. That's the breakdown according to Over the Cap. And then you look over at the post June, post June 1st, if they decide to wait on it, it would be $4.5 million in dead money. They'd have $8 million in cap space this year. There'd only be $1 million in dead money the rest of the way. And there'd be 11 million, 10.5, and 11 million. So obviously the goal here is either getting him off the books before March 19th kicks in, or they're fine with March 19th kicking in, the roster bonus, all of that, and the guaranteed salary, and they're going to wait and have a post June 1st designation for him. To me, I still think that makes the most sense. We'll see how they do it, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of this move at all. He was about the only thing that worked for them last year. I think the whole mutual thing, I understand, like Bobby Wagner, if he wants to leave, whatever, fine. He wants to go win, fine. He doesn't think he's going to win here, whatever. I don't hold that against him. My thing is, I'm more concerned that the Rams, the fact that this was even mutual, the fact the Rams were even okay with this and they didn't fight for him essentially. And I guess we don't know what happened, but Yeah, sorry. Not a fan of this. I understand he's 33 years old, but he's still one of the best linebackers in the league. You got him at a good value, by the way. 13th linebacker paid, highest paid in the league. 13th highest. And he's playing like the best linebacker in football. I don't like this move. I don't like it. I think, after reading today's article with Jordan Rodriguez, and I was really going to make a video on that article, and I still might. But it sounds to me like Bobby Wagner took on a significant leadership role for that team, and now he's out the door. I think he kind of replaced that, that veteran leadership that Andrew Whitworth had that they lost when he retired, and now it's like you lose somebody like him. I'm sure there are other guys to go out and get that you could replace that leadership with, but it's not easy, and I don't know. I hate this. I really do. I didn't know this was going to be a 1-year trial run. And obviously, if they did better, he's probably staying. But I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like it. I think it's reckless. I think I understand it's mutual, but I think it's reckless. Signing guys, this doesn't look good on the outside. And you know me, I'll defend the Rams if they need defending. I don't think they need defending here. I think they need to be held accountable. F them picks is not the issue here. The issue is, you give Bobby Wagner this contract. He's under contract through 2026. You give him this big contract, and then you're basically like, all right, out the door, whatever. They did this with Ogletree. He was the first contract extension of the McVay and Snead era. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. I don't like the way it looks on the outside. It doesn't look good, simply put. Yeah, and for people saying, offensive line, all this and whatnot, I don't really care. I'm sorry. I'll roll out an offensive line like what's already on the roster before I get rid of a player like Bobby Wagner. I think it's a mistake. And, remember the last time I was absolutely against a move? It was trading away Robert Woods. Well, I'm not saying that Robert Woods was amazing last year, but it's not like that worked out. So I don't know. I feel like this is kind of playing with fire and seeing if you'll get burned or not. Wildman Samurai, thank you so much for donating. I disagree with your point. Excellent move. The Rams are making room for a solid offensive line. They might be doing that, but I'm not really happy about it. But I really do appreciate your donation and I respect your opinion. I just, I don't like this move. I really don't. I don't think it saves you that much money. That's the issue. If you don't designate this as a June 1st cut, which does save you $8 million in cap, then it's only $5 million. So you have more dead money essentially that you're incurring if you get rid of him before June 1st. I don't like that. Ideally, don't think that's a smart move. I don't know what this means. I don't know if are they blowing it up? They said remodel, okay? Not rebuild, remodel. So this is a little bit more than a remodel, I would say. Getting rid of your best player, I would argue last year Bobby Wagner was the best player on the Rams. Getting rid of him just seems like a mistake. But I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know there are going to be people that are like, well, now we're bolstering our offensive line. I don't like it. And I know there's going to be people that disagree. That's fine. But, I just, I don't know. Very, very odd. Very, very odd. And it's funny, I was actually about to record. I don't want to say, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word right now. Yeah, I can't even think of the word. But anyway, I've been kind of beating around the whole thing and, I had an idea for a video. It's going to be Jake Raw reaction to Jordan Rodriguez's article about Sean McVay. And I just kind of been pushing off to the side, doing different things today, and I was going to get to it because we have 4 interviews, probably about 2 hours from now. We got 4 prospect interviews. So that's going to be a lot of time. So I figured, I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll go live. Maybe I'll go live and react to it. And then this happened. So I'm glad I didn't do anything like that. Just decided to go live and kept me available to go live as soon as this happened. I mean, this literally just got announced. So it's just, it's really weird. It's really weird. I don't like it. I'm not going to pretend to like it because I don't. Normally you would think so, but you can't just look at this team like, yeah, they were 5-12. They're not just a 5-12 team. They're a team that was just in the Super Bowl and had a lot of unfortunate things come their way. And so, I don't know. You can't look at it like how you would look at any other team. Like if this was the St. Louis SoSar Rams that were typically always below 500 and they're 5-12, okay, something has to change. But a lot of the issue with the 5-12 to me is, it's the injury. And look, I understand. It sounds to me like he wanted out, but you see this is not a one-time thing. The Rams do this all the time. They sign guys and they cut them. And I mean, they're fine eating dead money, and it just, I don't know, it annoys me. This whole thing annoys me. It's very annoying. That's the word that just keeps coming to mind. Yeah, I mean, of course it was for cap space, but it goes back to what I was saying about Jalen Ramsey. Like, if you were to cut Jalen Ramsey, like, I would rather have Jalen Ramsey than have that cap space. I don't see how that cap space makes that big of a deal. I really don't. I don't know about Ramsey. I don't know how this works. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for donating, though. Appreciate you. I was asleep, woke up to some bad news. Shake my head. Why not Robinson? Hey, was crucial to stopping the run, but we have not learned anything. We needed him. Yeah, man. And just to have a guy like that in Horns, arguably the most talented linebacker to ever wear a Rams uniform, and just to see him go like that just really grinds my gears, if you will. It just... Man, just such a bummer. Wow, we have 241 people in here actively right now. We have 35 likes. So if you guys could hit the like button, subscribe also if you haven't already. I put out all sorts of content like this all the time. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't. We're on a 3-day streak of doing live streams. We're going to try to continue to keep that up. So yeah, definitely, be sure to hit that thumbs up, like, whatever you call it, right? Let's get that way up there. Let's get that to 200 ideally. That would be nice. All right, let's see. Hear me out. Rams signed Woods, Lewan, and Cunningham. The Tennessee Rams. Does this mean Ramsey? I don't know if Ramsey's getting traded or not. I don't know if I want Lewan. I think there's going to be better options. Lewan, to me, you could argue he's damaged goods, like, for lack of a better word or term. 2 of the last 3 years, he's missed more than half the seasons. He's not too old. No, I disagree with that. He's 31. Tyron Smith, there's a lot of rumors out there. Tyron Smith, age 32, could become available. Like, I'm not trolling. He's gone. Like, this is the end. So, really unfortunate there, obviously. Jason Kelce, like I said last night, Kelce's either staying with the Eagles, retiring, or going to play with his brother. There is no in between there. Yeah, hate smash the like button. Don't double click it though, because then you'll yeah. Funny. It's a great question. I mean, what does happen now? I don't really know what to do with this money. It's not a lot. You're not saving a lot of money here. That's the thing. It's a cap move, okay. So let's just for whatever sake, we'll say they saved $8 million. I mean, is $8 million going to get you a better player than Wagner? Is $8 million going to fill a void that's going to? I mean, now that you're getting rid of Wagner, essentially, now that you're losing Wagner, we could say Wagner wanted to leave. We could say the Rams. It's a mutual decision. So the Rams deserve, in my opinion, they deserve some blame here if it's a mutual decision. So if Wagner's leaving, then you're going to have to figure out what you're doing at linebacker. And it was like the first time in forever that I don't think I was going to mock a linebacker to the Rams in the draft. They finally had linebackers. And now, I don't know. Like, what do? You got Jake Hummel, who you're developing. He's more of a special team guy right now. Roseboom, special team guy. Ernest Jones is going to play. Does Ernest Jones is he the only linebacker? Are they going to just roll with a nickel? Is that what they're going to do? Like a pseudo safety linebacker, nickel, dime back, whatever? Is that what they're going to do? Like, how are they going to do this? Traven Howard, I mean, the guy started in the NFC title game. Are they going to act like he matters, or are they just going to keep him on the roster and not use him? I don't know. It's frustrating. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bobby Wagner, and he was fantastic last year. And I don't know. It's just really upsetting. It just, man. I mean, maybe they do. It sounds to me like when it says part ways, that doesn't sound like they're going to come up with a trade. That sounds like they're already on the path of releasing him. I have no idea, to be honest with you, and appreciate you, stopping in. I have no idea because, we've already talked about the offensive line being in need. We've talked about, they could go out and they could get a tackle or guard or center. They could go out and get a corner or safety. But now you add linebacker to another, a laundry list of needs. I don't know. I just don't like this. I think as far as like offensive linemen go, there are some guys that are very intriguing. But, man, not a fan of this move. And if it blows up in their face, so be it. I mean, I really, God, I hate these cap dumps because you have one side of the coin, everyone's trying to justify it. And then you have the other that finally, most people in here are like, no, I'm not going to justify this. This isn't a good move. And I don't think it is. It doesn't. How does this make the team better? I mean, that's what I'd like to know. And again, you could say Bobby Wagner wanted out. Yeah, but the Rams mutually parted ways with him. So the Rams also wanted to move on from Bobby Wagner after the season he had. I don't know. I'm pretty upset, to say the least. I'm pretty damn upset, to say the least. Just, it's so frustrating. It's a mutual decision. So yeah, mutual means you both have the same thought process. So absolutely. Absolutely. No, they did want him gone, and maybe not for play wise, but I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. I'm annoyed, but I mean, they'll be fine, but I don't know. The thing about a restructure, though, I don't know. It doesn't, like, restructures players don't have an issue. It's not a pay cut. I'm trying to see. There's nothing stating when they would release him. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, the move will be official at the start of the league year. So it sounds to me like so they're barely going to get anything for him. I don't know. I'm annoyed. Like that's what I keep saying. I'm really freaking annoyed. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for donating. I have no idea. It's hard to wrap my mind around, honestly. Well, now it makes me wonder, like, what do they do with Allen Robinson? Like, you know. I'm curious because I'm like, yeah, I guess when you go 5-12, just weird, man. I'm sure they're not happy about losing a player like that, but then again, everyone wants to get paid, and not to throw shade at anybody, not to throw shade at anybody, but everyone wants to make their money, right? Everyone wants to get their bread and whatnot, and I seem to remember a certain somebody who already had a deal making a big deal about getting another deal in Aaron Donald, and look what happened. I said it at the time, and I'll say it again. He's fantastic. He has every right. But there are a lot of players where they want to get paid. They want to keep it going, and they don't want to wait it out through, they don't want to wait anything out. They want to get another chance to get paid and all that. And, sometimes you can't keep everybody because everybody wants to get paid, and doesn't always go well. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me kind of sour, if I'm being honest. But Bobby Wagner and Rams are mutually parting ways per source. Wagner met with Rams today. One source said conversation was really positive, legitimately a mutual decision, as Wagner can immediately boost a contender. Rams have cap issues and more decisions ahead. That's what Jordan said. Like, this isn't just a salary dump. Like, this guy was arguably their best player. Just, I don't know. I'm absolutely, Kareem. I mean it. I'm just trying, like, with the algorithm on Twitter, I need to make a list of people that I actually want to see their stuff, and the algorithm makes it almost impossible. It's just, I just hate this. I really do. I guess it's the same thing last year. You have people on Twitter like saying, okay, totally understand why they'd get rid of Robert Woods. It's a business decision. It's, all of that, right? Like, just salary dump, whatever. But just think about what that does to your team, and how do you get better? Like, how do you get better? How does this make their team go better? Like, I don't know. Very upsetting. I disagree because, yeah, you paid Donald, but Donald first off, he's the one that constantly was saying stuff about, retirement this, retirement that. I love Aaron Donald, but how many times he's held out? It's been talked about, right? Like, oh, he needs to get paid. He's going to threaten retirement if he doesn't get paid. And now you can't afford these guys. Now they're in a money issue, right? See, that's actually the underrated thing about Tom Brady, is that as much as I could not stand him as a football player because, well, he was annoying to watch when he's destroying your team, but as much as I couldn't stand him as a football player, I do like him as a person. At the end of the day, Tom Brady did whatever it took to win. He took multiple pay cuts, and I think when you look at it, those pay cuts allowed them to continue doing what they're doing. You want to know why no one can seem to do what a Patriots dynasty did? You want to know why that's probably never going to happen again? Because everyone wants to get paid. People are selfish inherently. And so what ends up happening is I'd rather get paid. We're seeing it with the Giants. Daniel Jones has every right to ask for X amount of dollars. But Daniel Jones wants $45 million. If he's thinking about it, he should probably be asking for 25 to 30 million. And you know why? Because they can use that other 15 million to go maybe get him a weapon, maybe get him, some protection on the offensive line. That's the thing. And so it just, I don't know, it makes me sour. I get it. Everyone wants to get paid, but I mean, I don't know. It just, it bothers me because that's the thing, is that when Brady took the team-friendly deals and he took those pay cuts, it allowed the Patriots to figure out how to do things around the cap. And I don't know. I'm annoyed. Yeah, Peyton Manning. And then look, the Broncos won a Super Bowl. Oh, the Broncos were in 2 Super Bowls. Look at all those weapons. You had the late Demaryius Thomas, obviously, great player. Rest in peace to him. Eric Decker, Julius Thomas, because he had to pay. Well, I don't think they paid Julius. I think he went to the Jaguars by the time he had to get paid. Yeah, I don't. Very frustrating. Yeah, I mean, maybe they put this money into going out and getting an outside linebacker. Either way, I don't like this move. And I'm not going to pretend that I do. I think you guys know by now, if you've been following me, if you've been watching my live streams, if you've been, you guys know, no one's whispering in my ear. I think that's a big thing here, JE Live, wherever, anytime I do my content, no one's whispering in my ear telling me, yeah, you can't say that, or you can't do that, or you're burning bridges. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to soften what I say because it might offend somebody in the organization. I'm going to call them out. And I mean, it's not like the PR department has done me any favors, right? But I'm going to be honest with you guys, because that's why you're tuning in. You want to have a real reaction. Hey, what's going on? I'm pissed. Oh, you're mad too. We can both share in that upset nature. It's really annoying. That's the word that just keeps coming to mind. It's really annoying. And now what do the Rams do? Right? So now that they got rid of Wagner, saves them $5 million. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. What do they do with that? That's my thing. They have to go back to the basics. So what you're telling me is that it's going to be their team cap space, $9 million over the cap. I don't know. I'm sure it was. I mean, they're professional, but it just, I hate it. I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe this stops them from trading Jalen. Maybe this is what they needed to do, Yeah, and this kind of goes back to what I'm saying about Donald, you know? I mean, if not being on a winning team makes you want to retire, then, I mean, just go back to the time where you were pushing for your contract. You had to get paid, and, well, other guys aren't able to because of it. Just saying, you know? It's not just Donald. I mean, the way the Rams do these contracts, they're $14 million over the cap. It's not just from F them picks. Because that's the thing that's so lost, is that F them picks didn't put them in this, okay? F them picks just means it's a mentality, it's a mantra. It's, okay, it's no different than the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat go out, they get LeBron James, they pay Chris Bosh, and they have Dwayne Wade. So what did the Miami Heat do? They try to find low cost, like solid options like Mario Chalmers. They had Chris Anderson, Birdman playing. They found ways to get over that. And that was essentially kind of what the Rams did, right? So the Rams trade away draft capital to go out and get Jalen Ramsey. The Rams trade away draft capital to go out and get guys like that. And so, you know, like Stafford. And what they do is now it puts more pressure on them to get the bottom of the draft to hit on those draft picks, to hit in the mid rounds, right? So, I don't know. It's just, it's not F them picks that's causing this. That's causing him to be $9 million over the cap right now after releasing Bobby Wagner. It's these signings. I mean, you let Corbett go and you sign Joseph Noteboom. Now he's got a $15.5 million cap hit this year. He's coming off an Achilles tear. They wouldn't even be able to cut him pre-June 1st because they'd incur a $13 million penalty and they'd only save $2 million. So you sign Noteboom, you sign Havenstein. I like the Havenstein signing. I'm not going to say anything about that, anything negative about that. You're paying Leonard Floyd $22 million this year. Leonard Floyd played really well, but is he worth $22 million? No. Cooper Kupp has a $27.8 million cap hit, worth every penny. Aaron Donald, $26 million cap hit. And the dude's on his way out. He has 1 foot out and ready to retire. Jalen Ramsey, $25.2. Matt Stafford, he's got $20 million cap hit. Allen Robinson has an $18 million cap hit. Higbee's got a $9 million. Brian Allen has a $6.2 million cap hit. I mean, that's the issue here, is that they keep giving these guys contracts and they're paying the wrong guys. Corbett should have been paid, not Brian Allen, not Joseph Noteboom. Anyone who watched the films knows that Corbett shouldn't have left that building. I mean, was already going to do one, but yeah, I guess now it adds more value. Yeah, I don't know. Really upsetting. But, you know, you live, you learn, you move on. I was really upset when they got rid of Robert Woods. I moved on, and, well, they went 5-12. So, I mean, I'm considered the optimist of Rams fans. I think people always call me like way too optimistic about this team, but I mean, I'm a realist too. And, you know, I feel like, you know, there's a chance that maybe they are going to do a rebuild. I don't know how you could do that in LA without people, you know, without people like not losing interest. Like, I don't know how you could do a rebuild after you just went 5-12 and get rid of like Ramsey. Like, if they trade Ramsey, I'm sorry, I'm out on the direction of this team, like the way it's going. Like, I would be absolutely out on that. I'd believe that they would be failing and I wouldn't like it at all. I mean, the only redeeming quality here is that Bobby Wagner's 33. It's a stupid move, and they're barely saving anything because $5 million isn't a lot, but whatever. I guess maybe they'll do restructures. Maybe they won't. I don't know how to feel. But some restructures here They can save $14 million with Cup. They could save up to $20 million with Donald. They could save up to $10 million with Jalen Ramsey. They could save up to $10 million with Leonard Floyd. They could save up to $10 million with Allen Robinson, $9 million with Noteboom. They could have saved $7 million with Bobby Wagner. So I'd imagine they probably had that conversation. Wagner wanted to just be released. Havenstein, they can save up to 4. Higbee up to 4. Brian Allen up to 2. So that, I mean, according to Over the Cap, they can save a lot of money, on restructures, but who knows what they're going to do. It's hard to tell, but I don't know. Well, and that's the thing, Darren. I have no idea. Like, people want to ask me, and obviously anyone can ask me anything. I'm going to try to answer all the questions I can. You ever DM me or something, I'll try to answer your question. But people ask me hey, Jake, what direction are we headed? Are we actually rebuilding? Are we remodeling? What is remodeling? I don't know. I think it's honestly just a word. Or, I think it's honestly just a word that they're using. It seems like an excuse. But then again, who knows? If they trade Ramsey, though, I mean, I don't know what your goal here is, because you get rid of Wagner, you trade Ramsey, who's 28 years old, who's going to be around, hasn't talked about retirement. Then Aaron Donald retires because he's not playing after this year. No, he's not. He's not. He's going to play this year. They're probably, if they don't win the Super Bowl, he's going to walk out. If they do, he'll walk out. He's going to retire. I think he's already 1 foot into retirement. And, with that said, now you lose Donald, you lose Ramsey, you don't have Wagner. Okay. You can say, on one hand, that's 50-something million off the books. On the other, that's a lot of talent that's not on your defense anymore. So, I don't know. Just, I'm not happy about it. Not happy about it at all. We'll find out more. I think that's the beauty of the offseason, is that we're going to find out more about this team and, the different, trials they're going to have to go through. But I don't know. I mean, the Super Bowl is awesome, but I'm kind of tired of hearing, well, they want a Super Bowl, so it's all right. Yeah, but I want sustained success if I'm a fan of this team. And I mean, I don't know, it's just upsetting. That's all. I could keep going on and on and on, but I mean, that's how I feel. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to, like I said, it's hard to tell what direction they're going to go in, because I mean, you could look at free agency, you could look at who's available at linebacker. I don't think they're paying anybody at linebacker. If you ask me, I don't think they're going to pay anybody at linebacker. I think if they pay anybody, they're going to be paying on the offensive line, because they're not going to replace Bobby Wagner with another linebacker. They only saved $5 million. That's really not a lot. So probably draft a guy. I don't know. This is already kind of starting off. I don't love the direction this is going in right now. He didn't retire, but I think he's going to after the season. I don't think 80's a bum. I mean, I love Aaron Donald. I just, I have my reservations about the fact that I think he prioritized his money more than he prioritized trying to win another Super Bowl. By him going all out for that new deal essentially, and holding retirement over the Rams' head. I mean, essentially they had to pay him, and it stopped them from being able to get more talent. And then you have these superstars that are I don't know why, but we're not getting the talent. We're not putting these guys, we're not getting these guys on the roster. We're not a talented football. Why do you think we had to pay you? you know? It's kind of annoying. I mean, there's kind of an irony here when you look at like the NBA, right? You have, whether you love LeBron James, hate him, whatever, it is always funny to me. Like LeBron will be like, man, I don't know how we're not making moves and all that. And it's like, well, I mean, we're giving you a super max contract. So, I mean, that could be a big reason as to why. You know, we're also paying Anthony Davis, who, you know, you advocated for. And you advocated to go and get Russell Westbrook, which we did. And now you want him traded away. So it's like, I mean, LeBron, not everything can just happen like, you know, the snap of your finger. And you guys know I love LeBron. So I'm just being like unbiased here in the explanation of why I have an issue with it. But yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, you know, I was wrong. I thought he was going to be a really good signing. I mean, I don't know how you don't bring back Corbett. That was a mistake. That's definitely not what I'm doing. So I hope people don't think I think this team's going to be bad. I still think they win 10, 11 games, but I'm frustrated with the direction they're going in. Well, I do know because Aaron Donald's going to play this year, and then he's basically made it pretty clear he's not going to play much longer. So, I mean, he's either going to retire after this year or retire after the year after that. Or he'll be traded. Who knows? But, yeah, I mean, we have a pretty good idea Donald doesn't want to play much longer. That's very well documented. It's out there. That is a real thing. I don't know. I mean, Caleb Williams doesn't even want to go to the Rams. See what he said? He wanted to go to the Dolphins. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah, I know. It's annoying. What's up, Brandon? Yeah, it's like I said, really annoying. Bobby reuniting with Dan. Don't they have so many linebackers though? I don't know. I don't know if they really need Bobby Wagner, if I'm being honest. He wants to win too. I don't know if Dallas is going to be a place he can win. I could see him going to Kansas City. If they can figure it out, if they can make the numbers work, have him playing with, what's his face? Bolton. I could see it. Yeah. That's true. They do. They have him. I don't know. I mean, where could you see Bobby Wagner going? Yeah, the Lions, I could certainly see. Put it in the comment section below. Where do you think Bobby Wagner ends up in the NFL? What team do you think he ends up on? Retired, Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. Oh, it's the same dude saying Vikings. Bills, Cowboys, either Bills or Chiefs. Rams let Allen Robinson go. Raiders, Seattle. 49ers don't even need him. Jaguars, Bengals, Chargers, Jets. Oh, I'd like him on the Jets. Eagles, Chargers, Eagles. It was actually the Ravens. So the team that he was going to join before the Rams was the Ravens, believe it or not. And then he decided to come to LA, and I bet I don't know if he regrets it. I mean, it's not like the Ravens did much better, but you know. They made the playoffs. I'm not saying they didn't, but back to the Seahawks. Yeah, the Ravens have Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen now. I don't think that'd be an option. I was saying before the Ravens were the team that was in the mix. It's like I said last night. I don't think Jalen Ramsey is getting traded outside of, I don't think he's getting traded in the NFC West. In the NFC, definitely not the NFC West. The NFC, I don't think he gets traded in. I think he gets traded the AFC. Maybe he goes to the Panthers. Yeah, here's the problem. Salary dumping Allen Robinson. You ready for this? These are the numbers. 1 second. So if you salary dump Robinson pre-June 1st, you save -$8 million and you incur a $26 million cap hit. If you cut him post-June 1st, you save no money and you incur an $18 million cap hit. The only way to get Allen Robinson off the books and in a way that would help the Rams is to trade him. And you'd have to trade him post June 1st, which you would only incur a $2.8 million cap penalty this year. And you would have a $15 million savings right then and there. So yeah, you can't cut Allen Robinson. That's not even possible. You'd be getting negative. So everything that you just got for Bobby Wagner and then some, you'd be getting negative back. So it would hurt your cap again just by cutting him. Yeah. You definitely can't cut Allen Robinson. Pre-June 1st, you can't really cut anybody. Bobby Wagner's the only guy that you can really cut pre-June 1st that makes any sort of sense. And I don't think it makes sense. Like I said, $5 million or Bobby Wagner. I'll take Bobby Wagner. Thank you very much. Cut post June 1st. Leonard Floyd, you'd save $15 million. Not saying you'd do it, but you would save $15 million. You'd save $8 million for no boom, but you'd incur a $7 million penalty. You would save $6 million for Tyler Higbee, incur $2 million penalty. Coleman Shelton, you wouldn't cut Coleman Shelton, but yeah. I don't know. I don't like this. I think I've made that clear. But yeah, but the Rams also wanted out of his deal. So, I mean, because why would the Rams want to trade Jalen Ramsey to their conference? Like, that's my thing. Like, when people are like, oh, Jalen Ramsey to the Lions, why would the Rams do that? I mean, the Rams don't want to trade Jalen Ramsey to the Lions. He'd be in their conference. Like, I'm not doing that. I'll trade him the AFC. Like, there's no way I'm trading him to the Lions. I'm not trading Jalen Ramsey. I'm not trading Jalen Ramsey, period. But definitely not trading him in the NFC at all. I don't think so. I think it's going to be the same defense, and he would be probably a better fit in a 4-3 anyway. So, It's true. I can look at linebackers. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see who's available here. If it ever loads. Okay. So, inside linebackers, here's who's available. You got Levante David, Devin Bush, Anthony Walker Jr., and Tremaine Edmonds. None of those guys are going to be in play. They're older. They're not going to, not older. They're going to be more expensive. Rams aren't going to pay a lot for that. You got Corey Littleton. Wouldn't mind reuniting with him. Probably won't happen, but Nick Kwiatkowski, Micah Kaiser, Dylan Cole, Jared Davis, Jayon Brown, Raekwon McMillan, Quan Alexander, Neville Hewitt, Alex Anzalone, Kyle Van Noy, Denzel Perryman, Tyler Matakevich, Deion Jones, Zach Cunningham. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a very good chance that they're going to draft it. I mean, there's probably 100% chance they draft a linebacker in some capacity. Yeah, I don't see, they're not, they wouldn't, and this is what I mean, is they wouldn't just get rid of Wagner and then just pay a different guy, at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that. They're probably just going to, they're going to draft some guys, I think. Exactly that. I don't think they value that position at all, which tells you Ernest Jones doesn't have a future with this team because they're not going to sign him. Yeah, but how do you... Are you talking about Lamar Jackson right now? Lamar Jackson's 26 years old. He's not 29. Tank mode is not... No. They're not tanking. No, it doesn't... Lamar doesn't make any sense. No, they didn't. But, hey, I mean, maybe they were wrong not to value linebackers. Because the one year they did, he balled the hell out. And the defense was fine. It's not like the defense took a step back. That's my issue with it. Maybe your philosophy is the problem. The linebacker was not the issue. The issue was the fact that you paid the wrong offensive lineman. The issue is that you had a ton of injuries. That is almost out of your control, The issue is that you let Von Miller dictate your entire offseason. That's pretty much it. You wouldn't give him a guaranteed third year. You let the Bills come in. The Bills took the guaranteed third year. He also waited to sign when everyone else was already gone. So it made you weaker. You couldn't go out and get a Hassan Reddick. You couldn't go out and get anybody else. No. Littleton was a free agent, but I would love Littleton back. I don't know. I don't think most of the fans didn't appreciate him, and I don't think the Rams really appreciate him either. So I'm not expecting him to be back. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we're not, watching another guy that the Rams are just letting dictate their offseason like Von Miller did. That was incredibly annoying. The Lions absolutely. Yeah, I think the Lions could be in play for Bobby Wagner. Yeah. No, I hear you, and I agree with you. I believe that. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button. I got to get going. I hate leaving when I have over 300 freaking people in here, but I have a lot of stuff to do, and if I don't leave, I'm just going to keep rambling on, and we're going to keep talking. It's going to go long and long and long, and then I have my interviews. I won't be able to prep for my interviews later tonight with the draft prospects that Alex and I are interviewing. So, appreciate you guys. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, it's been fun talking with you. I'm upset clearly, but I'll be fine. Whatever. And yeah, I will. I'll see you guys soon. Wait, one sec. What is it? Hello. All right. Oh, what's up? Yeah. So again, do me a favor, thumbs up or hit the like button, whatever you call it, like, thumbs up, whatever. And now from a message from my sponsor, Aura, I'll see you guys on the flip. Later, folks. You ever get those ridiculous social media scams where people pretend to be somebody you're friends with and tell you can make a lot of money? I know I do. It's why I'm very excited to partner with today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an easy-to-use app that essentially packages a bunch of services to stay safe online all in one. Aura protects you from scammers and hackers. They scan the web for all sorts of data leaks and alert you as soon as they find anything. Aura is like the offensive line for a quarterback, consistently offering you protection from suspicious and malicious activity. They have a VPN built in that keeps your browsing history and personal information safe and encrypted. They'll even alert you if someone's trying to open up a credit card or a loan in your name. Did I mention they protect all your devices from viruses, malware, spyware, and any other things so the bad guys can't break in? Aura can even manage what your kids do on their devices. You can set limits and restrict them from specific apps. They have a password manager as well, so you don't have to rely on an outdated Rolodex or that sticky note that's been on your desk forever. There are apps that do all of these things, but there isn't one that tackles everything the way Aura does, which is why I say Aura is a 5-man offensive line and you're the quarterback. So head on over to aura.com/JKB. You can find it in the description and start your free trial today.